Hello, hello. Am I audible? Am I audible? Audible and paranga. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Okay. Yes. Good evening, all of you. Fine. Hello. Today we are starting with statistics. Yes. I hope you all are ready. ഇത് വേണ്ട. Yes. First, let me tell you from where we need to start and what and all books to be referred. From which book we need to refer everything. Let me tell you first. See, statistics, if you want to prepare statistics and out of 40 marks, if you'd like to score, sir, at least I want 35 marks, sir, then there is a secret. If you want to score 30 marks at least, there is a secret. That secret will be told only when you press the like button. Let's see. கஞ்ச பிஸ்னாரிங்களா ஆ கஞ்ச பிஸ்னாரிங்களா ஆ பாரு லைக்கை கிளிக் பண்ணுறதுக்கு யோசிக்கிறானுங்க. ஓகே, now listen here. So what is the secret behind scoring 35 marks in statistics? Which book to be referred? I'll tell you. First, our ICAI material. ICAI material. This is point number 1. Second, past year questions. Third, if you are writing any preliminary exams in the coaching classes, that prelims or MTP, okay, RTP. There is no RTP for maths, I know. Revision test paper, I know. MTP. No. Yes, listen here. Akhilesh, I pressed 2 times for you. Arey, Akhilesh, so nice of you, man. I love you. Okay. So, ICA material, past year questions, and preliminary examination, what you are writing. When you cover these 3, almost 30-35 marks you will be able to score. Even 40 out of 40 also possible. This is very, very important note, my dear. Next, in ICA also how to prepare, I'll tell you. ICA material, all the chapters are divided into 4 parts. First one is set A. Second one is set B. Third one is set C. Then additional question bank. Okay. It divided into these 4 parts. Your ICA material divided into these 4 parts. One is set A, other one is set B, third one is set C, and the last one is what? Additional question bank. Okay. So these are the 4 parts. And last but not least, what will give you 30 marks, I'll tell you. Your interest. Because we always have some overconfidence that statistics is very simple than mathematics. So I think I don't need to prepare statistics, or I can prepare at the last moment, or I no need to put lot of energy for statistics. That is what your assumption. even that assumption itself wrong. Okay, that assumption itself wrong. So please understand one thing, my dear. If you are in that mindset, because when there is max lecture or some important topics and all we teach, many people come on live and they do it. Even our high-Q students also, they used to sit more people. When I start with the statistics, no one, there is many of them are not ready to come only. But today our preliminary maths, preliminary exam, first prelims got over. That is third paper got over. Day after tomorrow economics. I have seen their marks. Okay. Most of them did not perform well. and they are thinking that we are good in statistics. That's a wrong statement, my dear. So statistics has to be what, given utmost important. Okay, statistics has to be utmost important. And now this information I'm providing first for the self-study students. When you are doing it, okay, when you are doing it, you have to take set A. How these 4 parts I'll tell you. Set A is pure theoretical questions will have. You'll have only theory questions from set A. Set B, theory based, conceptual based question, that is numerical questions, but it is purely based on theory based questions. Set C, all are numerical big questions like table form we have to do, that is big questions, it will be there. That is set C. And additional question bank is nothing but mixture of set A and set B. Mixture of set A and set B. Okay, additional question bank is what? Mixture of set A and set B. So here what we need to do, set A, set B, additional question bank. And this set C is what? All 5-mark questions, like all big questions. In the classroom, what we are doing generally in many coaching classes or many people, what you people are doing, I'll tell you, you are focusing into set C problems, and you are also enjoying that using calculator and all. But remember, my dear, when you practice set C problems more, what happens that set C problems are going to give you not more than 4 to 5 marks. Not going to give you more than 5 marks. Okay. But remaining set A, set B, additional question bank type questions will give you 30 to 35 to 40 marks. At least 34, 35 marks. Now you tell me where we need to focus. Should I focus into set A, set B, additional question bank, or set C? But most of you are focusing only into set C problems. Sir, I like to draw the table, sir. Sir, correlation, that big formula, n summation xy minus summation x into summation y divided by root of n into summation x square minus summation x the whole square, root of n into summation y square minus summation y the whole square. We don't remember the formula, but we want to do those problems. Am I right, my dear? So this is what our mindset. Please change the mindset, my dear. This is not the way we need to approach. Okay, this is not the way we need to approach. Set A, set B, additional question bank is real challenging one, but pure one-word questions. All are 1-mark questions. Listen here. If you want to do set A, set B, and additional question bank, you need to understand the concept. And where we are lagging, understanding the concepts only we are lagging. So when you prepare, please focus into theory part. And you understand what you are doing, why we are doing. There are so many important questions are there. Don't mug up first. When you start mugging up, you are screwed. Okay. So set A, set B, additional question bank alone is going to give you how much mark, my dear? 35 marks. Okay. In my strategy session, I will tell you set C, which are the topics we need to go through. That also I'll tell you in my strategy session. Okay. But now, as of now, this is what we have to remember. Set A, set B, additional question bank. So from ICA material. Past year questions, of course, you might have got scanner or anything from Google, you can download it. So you will get past year questions. Those things you can download and you can keep on solving it, my dear. You can keep on solving it. So when you do these when you do these 3, okay, it is then prelims and MTP also. When you do these 3 exercises, this is why I'm calling it as exercise. When you do this, 30-35 marks comfortably you can score. Comfortably you can score. So please don't give second priority to statistics. Actually, you should give priority to statistics. Because why I'm telling you this, because you are not focusing into statistics. Okay, you're not focusing into statistics. We are thinking, in my maths lecture also I used to tell you, so maths only going to give you more marks. Why maths is giving more marks, all the time we are sitting in maths, sitting for mathematics of topics only we prepare, and what we decide, okay, no, I think I'm not good in mathematics, so let me prepare more mathematics. Let me just statistics as I'm understanding. So let us not prepare more for statistics. Let us prepare less only. This is what your mindset, my dear. When you have this mindset only affects your result. Okay. Yes. Now, question bank is saying, but it is confusing, sir, because of theory. I think you never attended my theory lecture, it seems. That's what you are telling that. I don't know, because I have not yet uploaded, but still, theory is very important. Okay. Now, shall we start, my dear, from first topic? Okay. The chapter number 1 is statistical description of data. Okay, this chapter consists of 5 to 6 marks. My dear, those who are attending the session, attend till the end. Okay, sir, it is there in YouTube, na sir. Whenever I want to watch, I can watch it, na sir. Because no one is watching YouTube. Please understand, I know only views are coming, but no one is sitting for that entire 3 hours. The dedicated hours, 2 hours, you are not giving. So I am requesting you to attend this full session. Then at the end of the session, you tell me, is the way I am going to teach, this is the right way of approaching statistics, or whatever we learned from the other institute, okay, that is the right way. Then today you decide, should I attend Sheikh's statistics lecture or not in future. So that you decide. You will feel lot of difference, my dear. Okay, I'll tell you. Yes. Now listen here. Statistical description of data. This chapter is pure theory chapter. First of all, you just promise me, this is pure theory, there is no mathematics here. You just promise me, sir, definitely I'm going to score minimum 4 to 5 marks from this topic. Can you please promise that first before I start? I want you to promise me 4 to 5 marks. I want you to promise me. Will you do that? 4 to 5 marks. Yes, sir, I'm going to score 4 to 5 marks, sir. I'm going to score 4 to 5 marks, sir. Will you do that, my dear? Say yes or no, my dear. Will you do that? Will you promise? 4 to 5 marks. Will you promise? Sir, this chapter at any cost I am going to score 4 to 5 marks. Yes, will you promise? Yes, Atulya. Thank you. Others? How many of you can promise? Yes. Sukita, yes. Next. Yes. Yes, Praveen. Yes, yes. Very good. Rahil, when will it start for Ednovate students? I am not. Statistics, different faculty, my dear. I am not taking Rahil. Yes, yes. I promise you, sir. Very good. So, we will have the minimum target first. Okay, minimum goal. What is minimum goal? This chapter, today I am going to attend and I am going to ensure 4 to 5 marks. And one more promise you need to make. After attending the session, immediately you are going to open your institute material. Set A, set B, you are going to solve it. Will you do that without anybody support? Only attending the lectures. Set A, set B, I want you to solve. Okay? Yes. Now listen here, my dear. Fine. Statistical description of data. Very good. Yes, very good. So you have to promise me each and every topic I'll ask this so that we can ensure maximum marks, my dear. Very good. So today you are going to solve institute material questions. Now, you may be knowing statistics. Our chapter is what, this topic is pure theory topic. As I told you, it's a basic topic. Without learning this topic, we cannot go ahead with any other topic. Because I have seen people don't start with statistical description of data in their classes. They always start with measure of central tendency and dispersion. When I used to ask that is my fellow teachers, why you are starting from central tendency and dispersion? Why not from statistical description of data? That time what they say, what they are saying, sir, students get bored, sir, when it comes to statistical description of data. It's a pure theory topic, sir. So students are getting bored, so therefore we don't want to do that statistical in the beginning. My dear, it's a wrong strategy. Without knowing what is statistical description of data, you cannot do any other topic. How the base you will be understanding? What's up? Okay. So how you will understand, my dear? So first you need to take this topic first. Sir, definitely what next 2 hours, next 2.5 hours, காதலிருந்து ரத்த வர மொமெண்ட் தான். ஓகே, காதலேருந்து ரத்தம் தான் வரப்போகுது. தயவு செஞ்சு ரத்தம் வந்தாலும் பரவாயில்ல, தொடச்சிக்கிட்டு கேளுங்க. ஓகேவா? இன்றைக்கி என்னால் தமிழில் பேச முடியும். ஏன்னா நம்ம வெறும் ஹைக்யூ சேனல் மூலிமா மட்டும் போகிறோம். டுடே ஐ கேன் ஸ்பீக் ஒன்லி தமிழ் ஆல்சோ இன் பிட்வீன், பிகாஸ் ஒன்லி ஹைக்யூ சேனல் வி ஆர் டெலிகாஸ்டிங். ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் கோயிங் டு பி காதில் ரத்த வர மொமெண்ட். ஸோ கையில் பஞ்சு எடுத்து வச்சுக்கோங்க ரெடியாகிட்டு. நம்ம தொடச்சி திரும்ப கேட்டானு வேறு வழி இல்லை. ஹியர் யூ கேன் நாட் சே சார் ஐ எம் கெட்டிங் போர்டு சார். நோ வே. இஃப் யூ கெட் போர்டு ஆல்சோ யூ ஹேவ் டு சிட். Is that clear, all of you? That's it. Fine. Sir, I am getting the lecture for free. Then why should be sincere? No, my dear. That lethargic attitude, again it is affecting our result. Okay, that lethargic attitude is going to affect our result. Now, The origin of the word statistics. The origin of the word statistics. My dear, please, my dear, Bhagyesh Mishra. Okay. Please, my dear, take your notebook and pen. Religiously, please write whatever I'm writing. Okay. This is your last day revision notes, what I'm going to give. Religiously, I want you to write. Okay. Fine. Now, the word derived from status, statista, statistic, statistic. Okay. The word status derived from the language Latin. Statista is what? Italian. Statistic, this is French. And what is statistic? German. From this one thing you can come to know, statistics developed from these origins. Okay. Latin, Greek origin, Italians developed, French people developed, German people developed. Okay. So this is what origin. Okay. This is what origin. Yes. Now, statistics deals with two things, my dear. One is population. Other one is sample. It's very important. Deals with two things. One is what? Population, my dear. This is last minute revision kind of notes. So definitely what, some important core points only will be discussed. Okay. Statistics is what, divided into two parts. One is population. Other one is what? Sample. What is the difference between population and sample? I'll tell you. Listen here, my dear. For example, now I think now viral flu is spreading. Okay, viral flu is spreading everywhere. So take care of yourself first of all. Take care of yourself. So take the medicine or whatever precautions. Please take care of it because viral flu is spreading like anything. Now this is general viral flu. So when you approach doctor, so doctor will say, okay, 2-3 days he will give you the regular tablet only. Regular tablet because he may assume it is a viral fever. But after 3 days also, fever continues. After 3 days also, fever continues. What doctor will say? Doctor will say, please go and take this test. Whether you have got malaria, lavaria, whatever area. So anything is there or not, they will ask you to check. Am I right, my dear? They will ask you to check and you will go and give the blood test. When you approach the lab, what that lab person is going to do? He is going to take a syringe and he is going to take some blood. Okay, around 5-10 ml, not 5-10 ml, around 20 ml blood he may take it outside for testing. Am I right, my dear? Yes, that we call it a sample. From where we are taking? From the entire body. That entire body blood is what? Population. So what we do, he takes sample and from sample he is studying something. And after making that study, he has come to the conclusion, okay, this person got affected by malaria, this person got affected by dengue, whatever fever we are having. So accordingly, what they are going to define, okay, this malaria, typhoid, dengue, etc., etc., etc. Is that clear, all of you? So this is what that lab person is going to give as the result. Then you are going to give this result to the doctor. What doctor is going to give? He is going to give the medicine. That medicine is for only that portion or for your entire body? That is for entire body. That means the study is based on sample, but the medicine is given to the entire population. This is what statistics. Do you all understand, my dear? Study based on sample, but the medicine is given to entire population. Every statistics, everything is defined in this way only. Do you all agree with me or not, my dear? You understand what exactly the small difference between that is? What is statistics we are doing? Okay, only data. This is what we are doing now. This is not only data, my dear. This is the sample study. Okay, population and the sample. Some cases, for example, census count and all there, na? Population count and all we are taking. That is population we have to take. Okay, that is what population we have to take. But when it comes to what, how many of them are literate, how many of them are graduate, this is what sample is more than enough. Okay, that sample is more than enough. Is that clear, all of you? So population and sample plays very, very, very important role in statistics. First, you need to learn what is population, what is statistics. And there is one drawback of statistics also, my dear. What is the exact drawback, It is actually highly manipulated. Okay. Okay, it is highly what? Manipulated. Statistics are what? Highly manipulated. Okay, like whatever statistics report we are getting from the government now, whatever, not government, sorry, anywhere, whatever WhatsApp, because we have got now recently now one technology, one university got developed in India, that is WhatsApp university. Like whatever informations, okay, unwanted information, wrong information, false information, everything will be there. And finally there will be a line: if you are a Tamilan, please share. If you are an Indian, please share. You immediately will start share it. Okay, if you are a man, please share. If you are a woman, please share. We don't know what exactly it is, we will share. But most of the data, what they are sharing, I don't think they are authenticated data. Is that clear, my dear? So remember one thing, my dear, those are that is highly manipulated, that is drawback of statistics. Otherwise statistics we apply everywhere, in all the departments statistics we are applying. Okay, my dear. So now listen here, I hope you understand the meaning of population and sample, right? Now population, for example, if I'm taking about population, means it's a data. Sample, from population we are extracting the data. For population I can find out mean. If data is available, I can find out mean for the population. Same way I can find out mean for the sample. Can you find out or not? So here what I can say is, for example, mean. When it comes to population, I denote like this. When I denote mu, you need to understand, okay, you need to understand what? Okay, yes, mean, that means what? Mu we are putting. Okay, what is it? Mu you are putting. Share this live if you are future. See, Akhilesh. See, now everyone will share immediately, because I want to become a chartered accountant, so I have to share it. So that I don't want to give. Okay, fine, let it be. But if it is, the lecture is good, then please share. Mean, mu. Then if it is sample, means we denote mean as x bar. Is that right? Sir, I use x bar only, sir. That means we are dealing with samples. That means we are dealing with samples. When we are dealing with the population, we put mu. When we deal with the sample, we put x bar. Next, after mean, next one is standard deviation. When it comes to population, we put it as sigma. When it comes to sample, we put it as S. Okay. Next, observations, number of observations. When I denote population, we put it as capital letter N. And sample means I'm putting it as small letter n. I hope now you understand the difference, right? Now, here in population, whatever symbols I'm using now, this I'm going to call it as characteristics. What is it? Characteristics. Population characteristics, this mean, standard deviation and observations. Now, this I'm calling it as parameter. What do we call, my dear? Population characteristics we call it as parameter. Population characteristics we call it as parameter. When it comes to sample characteristic, we call it as statistic. You understand, my dear? Now say the symbols we are using now, x bar, s, n, they are called statistic. And mu, sigma and n, we call it as parameters, because it denotes population. When it denotes population, it is parameter. When it denotes sample, it is what? Statistic. Guys, you all understand this? Yes, you all understand this, my dear? Say yes or no. Are you all understanding or not, my dear? Yes. Now, next one. Yes. Now listen here. Statistics can be like characterized in two senses. Okay. One is singular. Other one is what? Plural. One is singular, other one is plural. What is singular? What is plural? I'll tell you. For example, in your class, around 60 students are there, and your maths teacher is conducting test, and she is collecting all the marks. Everybody marks will be written 5, 7, out of 10 only 7, 8, we are putting and writing na. So that is called plural form, because more than one data is available, it is plural form. For example, marks of the student. Okay, marks of the student, this comes under what? Plural form. Any data we are getting na, that is what? Plural form. Singular form means after getting marks of the student, we find the average marks. I think you might have written our test, class test and all. It is clearly given. See how much study we have done. You just see those who have written our test, online test, mathematics test, there is a leadership board. Just open it, my dear. How much study we made, you will come to know. That is what actually real statistics is. Actually, we have given you the statistics, real statistics report. Okay, where you are lagging, what you are doing. That is, it's like what, your entire post-mortem report, and it will be never be wrong, because I always believe number never lies. I always believe number never lies, and whatever report you got, everything is based on number. Just check it out. Okay, it is not anybody's personal wish. Okay, it is not anybody's personal. It is actually pure. This is what your level is. This exam, this is the way we are targeting each and every student. Okay, so just look at it, my dear. And in CA, we can proudly say that we are the only people in the country giving this type of results actually. Okay, this kind of study report, because I believe in that statistics report. You just check once, my dear. Those who have already written their examination, just open the leadership board. What are the character, that is in many parameters you can compare yourself. Now, when it comes to singular, after finding the marks, we find mean. It's going to be a single number. You're going to find out standard deviation. Is that right? These are going to be the single number. This is what singular form, and this is what plural form. Do you all agree, my dear? Say yes or no? Yes. Now, the datas can be classified into two parts. The datas can be classified into two methods. Okay, two ways we can classify. One is numerical data. Other one is non-numerical data. My dear, I may go a little fast. You have to come with me, my dear. One is numerical data. Other one is what? Non-numerical data. Sir, what is my numerical data and non-numerical data? For example, so I'm coming to in our class IQ. There are students, 100, 150 students are sitting, right? And everybody's mark I'm collecting. Mark is what? Number. It's a numerical data. Okay, it's a numerical data. Now, if I collect your blood group, it's non-numerical data. If I collect your language spoken, your mother tongue, non-numerical data. Is that right, my dear? So these comes under non-numerical data. So one is numerical data we can collect, or non-numerical data we can collect. This numerical data we call it as what? Quantitative. And the non-numerical data we call it as what? Qualitative. Do you all agree, my dear? This is what we call it as qualitative. This is what we call it as qualitative. So quantitative and what? Qualitative. Quantitative and what? Qualitative. Is that clear, my dear? Quantitative and what, my dear? Qualitative data. So numerical data we call it as quantitative. Non-numerical we call it as qualitative. In short, this is what we are doing it as. Technically, see, this is layman's language. Numerical and non-numerical is layman's language. Now this is, I can say, mathematical language, logical approach, quantitative and qualitative. But in statistics, we use different language. In statistics, this numerical data, I'm going to call it as those things as variates. And here, I'm going to call it as attributes. One is what? Variates, and other one is what? Attributes. When I collect non-numerical data, that comes under attributes. When I collect numerical data, it comes under what? Variates. Are you all understanding or not? Say yes or no. Are you all understanding it or not? So variates and attributes. See, listen here. I think you might have come across with this type of table. X, 1, 2, 3 frequencies are given, right? Now, this X is nothing but what? Variable, na? That's what variate. Is that right? But, sir, what about I have never done attributes, sir? Of course, it's not there in your syllabus only. So you forget about it. But you should know what is attribute and all. Okay. Now, let me define what is statistics is. Let me define what is statistics is. See, there are three steps I'm going to give. With the 3 steps, the chapter is going to get over. Statistics is nothing but first step. What do we need to do? Collection. Am I right, my dear? First we need to collect the data. It is collection. First we need to what? Collect the data. Then after collecting the data, what to do? Sir, we need to classify, sir. Classify means we have to segregate. Okay, we have to segregate. That is classification. See, the definition of statistics is, it's a science of collection of, classification of. After classifying the data, what we do? Present it. Presentation. This is what statistics. Sir, first we have to collect the data, sir. After collecting the data, we have to classify it, sir. That is segregate, sir. After segregating it, we have to present it, sir. That's it. Chapter also over. Okay. Now listen here. But between collection and classification, after collecting, before classifying, the data has to be checked properly. Do you all agree, my dear? The data has to be checked properly. That is what we call as scrutiny. What is it called, my dear? Scrutiny. We need to scrutinize the data. We need to scrutinize the data. Am I clear, my dear? So collection, classification, presentation. But scrutiny, of course, it's a checking only, checking process. Fine. Guys, are you all understanding or not, my dear? Are you able to follow what I'm saying? Yes? Say yes or no? Okay. Hey, these people, what to do? Okay. Yes. Now listen here. Okay. So, 3 steps. What are the 3 steps? Collection, classification, presentation. Collection and classification between what? Scrutiny. Okay. First part is collection. What is it, my dear? Collection of data. What is it? Collection of data. Listen here. There are 2 methods to collect the data. There are 2 ways of collecting the data. There are 2 ways of collecting the data. Okay, how many ways of collecting the data? 2 ways of collecting the data. One is primary data. Other one is what? Secondary data. One is primary data and other one is what? Secondary data. Okay. My dear, many of you are thinking what is there in this topic, na? That's wrong. The person who understands this topic, he is going to rock statistics, my dear. Please understand. So please have some patience. That is more than enough. Listen this and check whether you are learning something new or not. Now, in mathematics there is a hack, na? In statistics these are the hacks. Please understand. Now, primary data, secondary data. Collection is what? One is primary data, other one is what? Secondary data. Now, primary data can be collected in 3 ways. In 3 methods we can collect primary data. Primary data can be collected in how many methods? 3 methods. One is what? Interview method. Now, second one is what? Observation method. Then third one is what? Mail questionnaire method. Okay. One is interview method, observation method and mail questionnaire method. My dear, there is a drawback in primary data. Actually, the most authenticated data is what? Primary data. The most authenticated data is what? Primary data. One of the best data is what? Primary data. But there is a drawback in primary data. What is primary data collection? You know, it is actually highly time consuming. Okay, highly time consuming. Second one is cost. See, cost plays very important, my dear. See, every 10 years the population count has to be taken, right? Every 10 years population count has to be taken. Why every 10 years they are taking? Because if we are taking it for 1 year, per year basis we take, na, actually amount of money involved in that collection it is huge. So we cannot spend that. And see, by the time you complete collecting the data, 1 year is out, 1 year is gone. Then again, second year again you have to start. That is, this is a round on, is a process. So therefore, election also 5 years once, because again it is based on population. Okay, population. So here, these are primary data. These are primary data. So it is cost, high cost, and second one is time consuming, and more labors, more people are needed, raw materials, many things are needed. But which is most authenticated one? Primary data. Okay. Now, next one. In that interview method, observation method, mail question method. Let me talk about mail questionnaire method. Mail questionnaire method, you know, see, in primary data, of course, covering large area is very difficult. Covering large area is very difficult. But by using mail questionnaire method, just like that, you can cover the large area. For example, you have got 10,000 mail IDs across India. In one click, you can send same mail, my dear. Yes, that is what, you know, bulk mails you can send, bulk WhatsApp, bulk SMS, etc., etc. So many things you are doing. Do you all agree, my dear? Yes. So mail question method. But it is the advantage of mail question method is what? We can cover large area. But the disadvantage is what? Non-response is maximum. What is maximum, my dear? Are you responding for each and every mail? Are you responding for each and every message? No. Now, for example, I sent messages to many students, but hardly 10%, 15% only saw that message and registered for the program. Am I right, my dear? It's not everyone is doing it, na? Because many of them are not responding only. Okay, so this is what we call as mail question method. This is the disadvantage of mail question method. Next one is observation method. What is observation method? You know, where instruments are used. Okay, where instruments are used. See, nowadays, for example, you are not well means you are going to clinic. Okay, you are going to clinic. So when you go to clinic, that is before Corona, it was something different. Nowadays it changed. Before enter the clinic, there will be a staff will be sitting in the counter, and she will check your temperature by using that gun. Okay, and she will be checking your oxygen level by using some instrument, right, my dear? And she will be writing it. So by using some instrument, by using some machine, some data is getting collected. That is what we call it as observation method. For example, in schools, okay, if I have to, okay, how many students are on what kg? Okay, what is your weight of the students at this age? So based on that, you know, government will announce food. That is what now I think we are going underage and our strength is very less. That's what Tamil Nadu government is providing us breakfast, okay, lunch, everything they are bringing. Why egg is included in that? Because protein is needed. So based on what they are doing, based on these studies, they will go and check each and everyone physically. Then based on that study will happen and the results are coming out. So that is observation method is what where the instruments are used. Of course, you understand the meaning of observation method. Is that right, my dear? Now, interview method. There are three methods. There are three types of collecting interview method, my dear. There are three steps of collecting interview method. One is personal interview. Other one is what? Indirect interview method, telephonic interview method. Now listen here, personal interview method. So when this personal interview method is possible? Listen here, of course. What is personal interview? I'll tell you. Why it is playing very important role. Personal interview, why it is playing very important role. For example, now there's a rainy season in Tamil Nadu. Suddenly if there is a cyclone formed. Okay, and any one area we got affected by cyclone. Okay. For example, I think recent cyclone, Varda and all it came. Na? So during that time, what happened, my dear? During cyclone time, no one will come out and we'll stay inside and we'll be safe only, right? But after cyclone passed, rain stopped, then the government officials, collectors, even including CM, they'll come on flight and they will see that there is helicopter, they will see what exactly the damage happened. So after every natural calamity, the government force will come out and they will check that place and they will study that place and they will give the calculation how much we lost, how much amount we lost. So based on that only they are saying, okay, 500 crores, because of this cyclone 500 crores got affected, 1000 crores got affected. Is it not? Whatever we say, for example, if we say 1000 crores gone, if you say that, next question what the government will ask, that is central government will ask, they will ask you, where is the data? So that data, who will collect? The government officials will go and collect. Okay, government officials will go and collect. Personally, they have to go visit the place and they have to collect the data. This is what personal interview method. Don't think that personal interview means sitting in front of Vijay and what is your name, sir? What is your favorite heroine? This is not personal interview method. Personal interview method is during natural calamities. The government officials are going and they are checking, they are checking how much lost, and accordingly the data will be collected. That data will be given to the government, and from that data government will decide, okay, they said 500 crores, of course 500, more than 500 crores lost. Okay, we will give. Is that right, my dear? So it is based on that study it is going to happen, my dear. So that is what personal interview method. Personal interview method is what during natural calamities. such as cyclone, tsunami, etc., etc. Earthquake. Okay, so in MCQs the question will be asked like this: during earthquake, which method has to be followed? Interview method. Personal interview method. What is it? Personal interview method. My dear, are you able to follow? My dear, are you understanding or not? Say yes or no. Are you understanding or not? Is that clear, all of you? Please, my dear, ask your friends to join live sessions. Don't depend on the recording sessions. First of all, those who are attending live, please, it will be there in my YouTube channel only. What you have to do, before you go to the exam, that is last day revision you are asking na, especially in statistics, my lectures are last day revisions only. Please understand that. You keep it safe. Okay, into 1.5, into 2 speed, you can keep on, just listen. Okay, you will give, that is, it is going to give you a lot of, marks, okay, that you need to understand. Please share it to your friends. Now, I hope you understand what is personal interview method. Next, what is meant by indirect interview? Say, for example, my dear, there is now recently in Odisha, there was an accident, railway crash. Okay, train accident. Okay, train got derailed. Many got injured. Of course, many got injured. Now, the government officials are coming and they are taking the information. Okay, they are taking the information, those who got affected, those who died. So we are collecting the information. The government people are collecting the information. Do you all agree, my dear? Why they are collecting the information? Based on that, they are going to announce a compensation. Okay, for example, so these many people affected. For affected people, for example, these many people severely injured. For severely injured people, we are going to compensate 50,000 rupees. The people who died, for them we will give them 5 lakh rupees. This is the announcement. Generally, what all the PM, CM, everyone will give that announcement. Based on what they will give? Based on these government officials, they have to go and submit the report. For example, how the government just for example, in Odisha, as soon as the accident happened, immediately what happened, PM came and announced this much XYZ amount compensation will be given. And Odisha government also announced this much compensation will be given. Immediately they will announce. But who will decide to whom it should be given? That the government officials only have to go and take the study, na? How many of them died? How many of them got injured badly? This data to be collected. Is that right, my dear? Now, to collect this data, okay, can I wake up the dead person and ask him, hey, what is your name? Are you really dead in this accident? In this way, can we collect? No, na? For example, one person is severely injured. Okay, he cannot speak only. And your government officials are going and asking, hey, have you traveled in this train only? Can you show your Aadhaar card? Can you show your ID proof? Can we ask? No, na? So in that time, what they will do is, they will inquire about that person indirectly. Okay. So and so sources, they will check the railway ticket booking data, they'll check that Aadhaar card, everything they'll check. Okay, this person traveled in this train, because of that, and because of that this travel only he got injured, so that compensation can be given. So about that particular person, we investigate with others. Na? This is what indirect interview method. Do you all agree, my dear? So indirect interview method is applicable when during the man-made accidents. Am I right, my dear? Man-made accidents. See, first one, natural calamity, that is not in your hand. But man-made accidents is in your hand. So during man-made accidents, whatever the information we are collecting, na, that is what indirect method. So can I say railway accident, rail accident, air crash, bus accident, anything. Now, air crash and all, what survival is very difficult. Air crash survival rate is very less. Air crash survival rate is what? Very less. At the same time, accidents also what frequently doesn't happen. Okay, crash also doesn't happen frequently, but train, bus, everything frequently happens. Okay, frequently happens, but air crash doesn't happen like that. But at the same time, if it happens, gone. Okay, survival is very difficult. So during this time, how we are collecting the data, which method we are collecting the data? Indirect interview method. All understanding or not, my dear? Yes. What is telephonic interview method? Okay. Yes. Hey, Nitesh, it is already uploaded. How many times I have to upload? I am talking about statistics and you are just in between, you are inserting time well left money. What is this, Nityashi? Telephonic interview method. What is telephonic interview method? Sometimes you are getting some random call, right? Hello, I'm calling from ICICI Bank. Are you interested in a credit card? You will say, if the female voice will say, okay, I am interested, and then we'll talk for 10 minutes. And after that, you'll say, I'm a student. Will you give me? Then call will get disconnected. But Most of the time what happens? No, I'm not interested. Call disconnected. That's it. So telephonic interview, what happens, at least we can get the response. We can get the response. But nowadays, that is also not going to happen because Truecaller has come. So when it comes spam, we don't take the call only. For example, most of the high-Q numbers are what, now spam only. So when we call, it is showing red color. No one is picking up. Even I am unable to reach. I am conducting classes. You please come and do it, because we have such a sweet, little, good, very good competitors in and around Chennai. Na? So those people are just, when the students are receiving, then the classroom itself, they have got announcement like, when this number comes, you just mark it as a spam. Mark it as a spam. This is what the announcement they are making in the classroom. What to do, my dear? Okay, such a good people we have here. So this is what we call it as telephonic interview method. Okay, telephonic interview method. Okay, fine. Now, second part is secondary data. Okay, second part is what? Secondary data. What is secondary data? I'll tell you. What is secondary data? I'll tell you. Yes. Secondary data is nothing but, okay, secondary data is nothing but can be collected in 4 ways. International source, government source, quasi-government source, unpublished data. Guys, you understand or not, my dear? So these are the 4 methods: international source, government source, quasi-government source, unpublished data. My dear, secondary data is highly not reliable. Okay, because secondary data are what, extracted from primary data. When the extraction happens, obviously what happens? All the manipulation will happen. Okay, all the manipulation will happen. Okay, now international source. For example, during Corona time, everyone has experienced that period. So I can give that example. Okay, during Corona time, every day 6:30 we used to sit in front of the TV. Tamil Nadu people can relate this. Okay, because lockdown period, every family members, we used to sit in front of the TV and we watch the news channel. We always check how many people got affected, how many people got affected, and many people will check, okay, how many people got affected worldwide. So these informations, it's a manipulated information only most of the time we are getting. See, across India, how many of them got affected? And we also come to know in America how many of them affected. China, how many people got affected? Everything we are coming to know or not, my dear? Now, who is giving this data? Actually, who is giving this data? Okay, who is giving the data? World Health Organization. I did not ask you the question, I was answering your question. Who is giving the data? Okay, so to whom? Okay, how? Okay, who is getting the data? Who is giving the data to who? Who is that? Who is giving the data to who? Who means WHO, World Health Organization. So government is giving. Central government, for example. Who is giving to central government? The local people, local clinics and all will submit. Am I right, my dear? So from local public, the data is submitted to government. Government is submit the data to the international government, and international will publish it. This is secondary data. So these many steps to be followed. Now tell me, my dear, so many manipulations can happen. Do you all agree with me or not, my dear? So that is a secondary data is highly reliable. And whatever you are getting in your WhatsApp university, so most of the data are what? Secondary data only. So don't trust those data. Okay, don't trust those data. Now, who is secondary data? For example, ILO, International Labour Organization. This also give the data, na? Yes. International Monetary Fund, IMF. That is also international source. Okay, that is also international source. Next one is government source. What is government source? I'll tell you. What is government source? Government gives data, right? Government gives data. Like, for example, how many people got affected in Gujarat? How many people got affected in Tamil Nadu? Who is going to give? The government source is going to give the data. Okay, government source is going to give the data. So that government source data is extracted from the government department. That is called government source. Now, what is quasi-government? I'll tell you. Everything cannot be handled by the government. So what government will do is, see, directly they will not sell it to private. That is different story. That is wrong. What the government do is, they will form a body, general body. Okay, some group of people they will form. For example, ICAI. ICAI is controlled by government, but it is not governed by government. Controlled by government. Governed by the board of study members. So this is there, this kind of setup. This is what we call it as quasi-government. For example, NCERT. NCERT, CBSE syllabus, NCERT you must be knowing. See, NCERT can take independent calls and all, whatever syllabus they want, anything can be done. But without government's approval, they cannot do it. So, government has given what? Full freedom. But without government's approval, they cannot do anything. So, control is there with the government, but independent people will do that. So, that is what we call it as quasi government. So, your ICA is quasi government, NCERT is quasi government, okay. But here in our DPI, it's not quasi government, it is actually what, government sector only. Fine. Unpublished data. What is unpublished data? For example, the PhD students and all, they have to submit the thesis report. So that thesis report and all they are submitting, it is not published publicly. So that is what called it as unpublished data. You are submitting some project report in your colleges and schools. Na? These all comes under what? Unpublished data. Now will you rely on unpublished data? Because we take unpublished data from the internet. So internet is somebody else's typing. We don't know who are the known source and all. Is that clear, my dear? So that is what? Unpublished data. Did you all understand this? First you tell me, my dear, whether the collection you understood, the first part collection you understood or not. Say yes or no. Yes or no, my dear? Guys, no one is answering. Yes or no? Are you able to follow what exactly we are doing? Fine. I don't know whether you are attending also. Why no answer? So, after collection, what do we do, my dear? Yeah, am I audible or not? Why no one is answering? Yes, okay. Lag, ah. Oh, lag, okay. Yes, 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 yes. Fine. Okay. Next one is what? Classification. Okay, next one is what? Classification. Yes. Very good. Now, give me the honest answer. Self-study students especially, or any other people who would like to answer. Are you able to follow the statistical description of data? Have you ever found this much interesting? I don't know whether you are finding it interesting or not. Are you finding it quite interesting or not? That you tell me. So the topic is quite interesting topic or not? You tell me. Is it boring topic? You tell me. Is it boring topic or interesting topic? Is it required topic? Na? Yes, sir. I want to learn this topic, sir. Do you feel that or not, my dear? Do you feel that or not, my dear? Yes, it's an interesting topic. But the way it has to be approached, this way, the approach is something different. Always I used to tell in that approach you have to change. Okay. Yes. Now listen here. Classification. Now after collecting the data, what we have to do? We have to classify the data. Say for example, you are coming and filling up the form in Thankyou. Okay. Thankyou form you are filling up. For example, you are clearing your CA foundation and you decided to join our esteemed CA intermediate. Okay. So you would like to join our CA intermediate, so you will come and we will fill the form. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Akhilesh. You will fill the form, right? After filling the form, what we do? After filling the form, what we do, we segregate the data. How we segregate the data, I'll tell you. How we segregate the data, I'll tell you. I'll segregate the data in which city people are coming. From which city more people are coming. That is one type of calculation. Okay. Second one is what? Your age or your date of birth. Okay, your age or your date of birth. Based on time, I can just take it. And the third one is what? Based on your marks, I can segregate. And based on your mother tongue, I can segregate. Or based on your 12, that is like, your grades, I can segregate. So, I can classify the data. Actually, any data is collected can be classified into 4 ways. Only 4 ways. The remaining all other ways are what? Subdivisions of these 4 ways only. So majorly it can be classified into 4 parts. Classification means divisions, my dear. What are the 4 parts? I'll tell you. First, I can classify the data area wise. It is geographical. That is saptial. Saptiala alla, saptial. In our south in Tirunelveli, because I'm actually from Tirunelveli. So in south what we say saptiala, that is what we ask. Saptiala, that means had your food or not. Okay, that is what Saptial. Okay, next. Anyone from Tirunelveli? Now this is area wise, that is geographical or Saptial. Okay, area wise. First, next one is what? Time, Sapten sir. Okay, time. Chronological and temporal. Okay, yes. When I just divide based on time, it is what? Time means what? Like your date of birth, your age, these are based on time, my dear. Then third one, numerical. Oh, Arvind, okay. Numerical. What is it? Quantitative. Ah, Vaishnav, nana sonana. Or variate. And what is last? Qualitative. Oh, sorry. Non-numerical. Qualitative attributes. Is that right, my dear? Yes. See, these are the four ways we can divide. See, in many places, what happens, the person who teaches maths, they don't teach statistics. They don't teach logical reasoning. Okay. But here, you will get all three as a combo. Fine. But I want you to score good marks. And if you are able to follow whatever I say, definitely you can score very good marks, my dear. So please remember this. Okay. So these are the four methods. Fine. After classification, what is the next part, my dear? After classification, what to do? So second part is over. Okay. After classification, what to do? Presentation. Hey Vaishnav, you are asking சாப்பிட்டீங்களா உதவணும் சொல்லிட்டு நான் கிளாஸ் தானே எடுத்துகிட்டு நான் எப்போமா சாப்பிடுவேன் நைட் 11 மணிக்கு தான் போய் சாப்பிட முடியும் 10 வரைக்கும் உங்கள் கூட தான் இருக்கேன் ப்ரெசன்டேஷன் up to 10:30 I am with you, then how can I eat now? Yes, presentation. Now how to present the data? நடுவில் ஏதாவது பிரேக் கொடுத்துட்டு போகிறவா செய்கிறேன் கிளாஸ் தான் எடுத்துக்கிட்டு இருக்கேம்மா. Yes, Amrita. Fine. So presentation, there are three ways we can present the data. One is what? Textual method. Second one is tabular method. Third one is diagrammatic method. One is textual method, tabular method, and what? Diagrammatic method. What is textual method? I'll tell you. See, we always hate government process. Do you all agree with me, my dear? We hate government process. Are very slow, sir. Okay, even justice also very slow, sir. That is juridical department. Everything is very slow, sir. That's what I believe. But remember, my dear, we need to understand why it is slow. Because we always criticize government employees. Okay, that is because majority are from private sector. So what we do? Huh? Okay. We always criticize government people. Please understand, my dear. So they are also a human being. We need to understand that. So government sector, that function is like that. What to do? Because what is the difficulty? I'll tell you in government sector. What is the difficulty in private sector? We can take the call. That is, you no need to take anybody's permission. But here, government is involved means we cannot take our own decision. Okay, there is a process to be followed. For example, see, I'm not saying everything is like that. There are some problem is there. I'm not denying that. But we cannot blame the entire government or government sector people for that. For example, I'll tell you, if for any complaint you are approaching police station. Okay, police station you are approaching. You cannot just go and complain, my dear. You have to give it in writing what exactly happened. Okay, it's not like, short notes and all you cannot give. You have to give in detail. That is what textual method. Then government will record that in detail only. And that detailed report will submit it to court. And the court has to read the entire data, whatever submitted thing, that has to be read properly, analyzed, then only what justification will come. For every case, more than 1,000 pages of report will be submitted by the people, my dear. It's not that simple what we are thinking. For example, any place you want to register, land you are purchasing, any place you want to register. Okay, can you just register as it is, my dear? No, you have to give the entire detail. Okay, which direction, what direction, where. You cannot attach the map. You cannot attach the map. You have to give the detail. In detail you have to give. Is that right? So that is the reason government going little delay. But we cannot blame that. We need to adopt the system. Okay, we need to adopt the system. So that's what, sir. Private is good. If everything is handled by the private, government is not there. Actually, we are government. We are criticizing our own people. Okay, so let us not criticize government, because whenever some people in the TV and all I see, government teachers, we always criticize government teachers, government school teachers and all. No, it should not happen. First of all, remember, see, no, they do like that. No, that is not that. This is what the government, and we need to accept it. That's it. Okay, I am not saying everyone is bad. I am not saying everyone is good. There are some people who are wrong. Let us blame only those people, not the entire people. Okay, that is wrong, my dear. Fine, let me come to the point. So why we hate, why we don't like government process? No, everything is in writing. We have to give it everything in writing, and there is a process, that is delay in process. Okay, delay in process. Okay, in government and all, the private sector, we do, for example, you are applying any course with me, so immediately I'll approve and give, because for me it's a business. For government it is not a business, it has to be processed. Okay, it's a big process, it will take time only. Okay, fine. So that is what textual method is. Okay, next one is tabular method. Is one of the amazing method, my dear. Best method of presenting the data is tabular method. One of the best method, tabular method. For example, I think now World Cup cricket is going on. ICC World Cup cricket is going on. Okay, I don't want to call it as ICC World Cup. I would like to call it as BCCA World Cup. Okay, the meaning of BCCA is what? Indian. That is like, what to say. Okay, we are manipulating BCCA. Fine. I don't want to talk this in YouTube channels. Fine, let it be. So it's like, World Cup is going on, BCCA, whatever. Okay, ICC World Cup is going on. Now, if you don't watch the cricket, what we do? We check the scorecard. There are so many apps available. When you open the app, okay, you can see that there is scorecard. There is summary. Summary means ball by ball summary. Okay, how he bowled. Okay, where he bowled. Everything will be there. There is ball by ball summary, and finally some graphical representation. Okay, the run rate and all graphical representation will be given. Now you tell me, my dear, immediately what you prefer to see out of these three? You prefer to see only the scorecard. We always watch the scorecard. Scorecard is tabular form. Summary is textual form, which is we are least bothered. And presentation, most attractive. Most attractive. You all understand, my dear? So tabular, there are two types of table. One is what? Simple, complex. Most attractive method is what? Diagrammatic. Most attractive method is what? Diagrammatic. Okay. So there are three methods, my dear. One is what? Bar diagram, line diagram. Huh? We don't have time for that. With frequency, without frequency, this much time we don't have, na? Yes. Line diagram, bar diagram. I'm just overview only I'm giving, right? Pie diagram. These all methods are what? Without frequency. With frequency means histogram. Okay, frequency polygon, cumulative frequency curve, that is ogive. Okay, so these things are comes under what? Diagrammatic, sorry, with frequency. Okay, with frequency. This line diagram is what? Four methods, four ways. One is what? Simple line diagram, multiple line diagram, multiple axis diagram, and finally ratio chart. Simple line diagram means what? After in cricket match, after first innings, for example, India South Africa, India is playing the first innings, and they show the run rate or how they pass. That one line, simple line will become. This is a simple line diagram. After the second innings, South African line also will be drawn there only. That is multiple line diagram. Then third one is what, my dear? Multiple axis. In the same line diagram, if you have to represent your height and as well as weight, then different units in the same graph. That is what multiple axis diagram. What is ratio chart? When big numbers are involved, then obviously what, we will make it small by using logarithm, and after that we will draw the diagram. That is what ratio chart is. Okay. Now Bar diagram also 4 methods, my dear. One is horizontal bar diagram, vertical bar diagram, subdivided bar diagram, joint bar diagram. Here percentage bar diagram, subdivided bar diagram are one and the same only. There comes under subdivided bar diagram, percentage bar diagram also. So horizontal bar diagram, vertical bar diagram, percentage bar diagram, joint bar diagram. Please remember, joint bar diagram is different, histogram is different, because joint bar diagram is without frequency. With frequency is what? Histogram. Now in with frequency, very important MCQ I want you to learn. Very important MCQ I want you to learn. What is it, you know? OJ. MCQ, definite MCQ is for possible, my dear. What is OJ, you know? OJ, the other name is cumulative frequency curve. What is it called? Cumulative frequency curve. Now, when I draw the cumulative frequency curve, there are two cumulative frequency curve. One is less than cumulative frequency curve, other one is what? More than cumulative frequency curve. The cumulative frequency curve may be like this. Okay, this is less than cumulative frequency curve. This is more than cumulative frequency curve. Okay, this diagram is what? Ogive. Okay, some people call it as ogive. Okay, I call it as ogive. Now look at this, my dear. Cumulative frequency curve. Now the point of intersection, drop this, and this is our median. So median will help us to find out what? Ogive will help us to ogive, that is by using ogive. The graphical representation to find median is what? Ogive. Very important question, my dear. Cumulative frequency curve, and it is S-shaped. It is what? S-shaped. Same way, see median. For median it is ogive. For mode, it is histogram. By using histogram, we can find out mode, my dear. Okay, by using histogram, we can find out mode. Okay, mode is histogram is also called area diagram. So these are important MCQs, my dear. Okay, next, fine. Next one is curve diagram. What is it, my dear? Curve diagram. One is bell-shaped curve. What is it? Bell-shaped curve. Actually, it's a normal one. See, what is bell-shaped curve? When we use bell-shaped curve, I'll tell you. When we use bell-shaped curve, I'll tell you. For example, recently there was a movie called Love Today. Okay, there was a movie called Love Today. I'm not talking about Leo and all. I'm talking about Love Today. When the movie got released, no one was aware there was a movie. Okay, now the opening of that movie was very meager, slowly. But due to word of mouth, what happened, you know? Picked up nicely. And he reached peak. That means houseful and all, peak. Once you reach peak, is it what? All the day, still today, is it in the peak? No, no. After some times, what happens, you know? It will come down. This is what? Bell-shaped curve. So if I have to represent it, is bell-shaped curve. It is what? Bell-shaped curve. You understand, my dear, what is meant by bell-shaped curve is? So actually this is normal. See, anything is increases, na, and it has to decrease. This is normal. This is normal. That is what we call it as normal distribution. Bell-shaped curve always what? Normal distribution, because it is normal. See, abnormal cases and all, these are abnormal cases, my dear. Always on the peak. That is abnormal cases. That is, nothing is like that. Your pen edukka matanda. Okay, so this is normal. Okay, what is this, my dear? Normal distribution. What is this? Normal distribution. Next one is next one is U-shaped curve. What is next? U-shaped curve. For example, the people who are in metro city, they understand this U-shaped curve. For example, during peak hour, okay, traffic, 8, 9 o'clock Mount Road you are traveling, it's a peak hour. So, it came 1 year ago, let it be, na? For me it's recent, because recently I watched that movie, that's what. And so what happens, my dear? During peak hour, that is what we call it as peak. Peak means maximum. That is maximum. That is what peak. During peak hour, maximum traffic will be there, and slowly it reduces, slowly it reduces, slowly it reduces. In the afternoon time and all, what? Very less traffic. Okay, unlike morning, it's less traffic. And again, it will start increase. In the evening, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock and all, again it's a peak hour. So in this way, how to represent, my dear? U-shaped curve. Okay, it is a U-shaped curve. Now, Leo movie. How to represent, my dear? It is actually J-shaped curve. Started with peak and it will decline. Okay, that is what J-shaped curve. Then finally mixed curve. Okay, so these are the type of curves you need to remember, my dear. Okay, now Next one is, I want you to understand about raw data, ungrouped data, then what? Grouped data. Okay. So what is my raw data? Raw data means, for example, I'm conducting a test in the classroom and I'm collecting your marks 5, 10, 7, 9, 6, like that, comma, comma, put in collecting. That is raw data. From this raw data, we don't come to know anything. Am I right, my dear? Now, ungrouped data are divided into two parts. One is discrete data. Other one is what? Continuous data. What is by discrete and what is by continuous? For example, the table we are forming, right? X, F, 1, 2, 3, frequency accordingly 7, 10, 3. Now continuous and one more table. This way also you might have seen 1.1, 1.3, 1.5, 7, 10, 13. So these are some type of data I'm just telling you. Now look at this. Look at both the datas, my dear. In that both the datas, look at the variates 1, 2, 3. Non-integer. Sorry, non-decimal. Okay, what is it? Non-decimal. What is this? Decimal or non-integer? Okay, see, this is integer and this is non-integer. When variates are integers, we call the data as discrete data. When the variates are non-integer, in decimals it is coming, it is called continuous data. Is it clear, my dear? You understand, because discrete and continuous is very important. Discrete and continuous is what? Very important. Next, let me come to the grouped data. Now, very important, my dear. I'm going to cover at least 4 to 5 MCQs now. Look at this. In grouped data, we have got 4 types of grouped data, my dear. One is continuous. Other one is discontinuous. Third one is true class. Fourth one is open end. Now, first let me tell you, one by one I'll tell you. See, 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40. Am I right, my dear? This is one type of class. Other type of class, 0 to 9, 10 to 19, 20 to 29, 29 to 30. This is other type of class. Am I right, my dear? Group. Okay, other type of group. Okay, fine. Next one is what? Sir, whenever the class na sir like this na sir, we always, my teacher asked me to subtract 0.5 in the lower class limit, add 0.5 in the upper class limit. 30 to 30. Thank you. Minus 0.5 to 9.5. 9.5 to every student in this classroom knows about this. 19.5. 19.5 to 29.5. 29.5 to 39.5. Am I right, my dear? Yes. And finally what, my dear? Less than 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, more than 30. Okay. So these are the 4 types of classes. Actually, this one we call it as continuous class. See, there is a continuity. 10 and ends with 10. Starts with 10, ends with 10, starts with 10. There is a continuity. Am I right, my dear? There is a continuity. It is continuous class. Now, in this case, what is going to happen? I'll tell you. I want you to answer my question, my dear. If a student scores 5 marks, in which group you will mark him? 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30. 5 marks. In which group you will mark him? Can you tell me, my dear? Yes. Can you tell me, my dear? Give me the answer. In which group you will mark him? First. One group. Oh, acha, first group. First one. Array, put it as 0 to 10, 10 to 20 like that. Yes, Hussein. Right. Yes. Yes, 0 to 10. Very good. So in the 0 to 10 we will mark. Am I right, my dear? 0 to 10 we will mark. If a student scores 20, where you will mark? If a student scores 20, where you will mark? If a student scores 20, where you will mark? Where you will mark student scores 20? 20 where you will mark, my dear? 20 where you will mark? Should I mark it in 10 to 20 or 20 to 30? Yes. Yes. Everyone is giving 20 to 30. Why I asked this question, 20 is here also, but you are including this one only. So actually, what happens, 10 to 20, we take whatever number less than 20 only. We don't include 20 in this class. So this is also called exclusive class. We are excluding it, na? This continuous class is also called what? Exclusive class. What is it called, my dear? Exclusive class. You understand the meaning of exclusive class? Now, this 0 to 10, na? These are called lower class boundaries. What is it called, my dear? Lower class boundaries. And this one is upper class boundaries. Am I right, my dear? So continuous class, whatever the endpoints are, then we call it as boundaries. Lower class boundary, upper class boundaries. My dear, important MCQ. No one, most of them doesn't know this only. Now, let me come to this. 0 to 9, 10 to 19, 20 to 29, 30 to 39. Now, what is it called, my dear? So 9 starts with 10, ends with 19, starts with 20. That means what? It is discontinuous class. What is it called? Discontinuous class. So it is discontinuous class. Now, if a student score 9, where you will mark him? 0 to 9. Student score 0, 0 to 9. Student score 19, 10 to 19. Student score 20, 20 to 29. That means we are including both upper as well as lower. So this is called inclusive class. Now, 9, 10, 19, 20, 29, 30, 39. Now this one, this lower part, this we call it as lower class limit, and this one we call it as upper class limit. Now you understand when to call lower class limit and when to call lower class boundary. I hope you understand when to call lower class, upper class limit, and when to call upper class boundary. Okay, yes. Now this is discontinuous class. By subtracting 0.5 and adding 0.5, we are making it continuous. Am I right, my dear? And this class we call it as true class. Okay, this is what we call it as true class. Now finally look at this. Less than 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, more than 20, 30. Now here, I don't know where the class starts. I don't know where it ends. So here open, end class. I don't know that end is open. See, this is end from the beginning. This is end. So both the parts are open only, na? Because I don't know where it starts and where it ends. So this is what we call it as open end class. Okay. Now, when the class is open end, the best average to find out is what, you know? Median. When the class is open end, the best average is what? Suitable average? Median. Now, midpoint of the each class we call it as class mark. Midpoint of the each class we call it as what? Class mark. Upper class boundary minus lower class boundary is called a class interval. Upper class boundary minus lower class boundary we call it as class interval. Guys, you all understand what I said, my dear? You understand or not, my dear? Say yes or no. So I completed with the entire most of the theory part, my dear. Whatever I could cover, everything I covered from this topic. At least this much you need to remember. If you can remember whatever I did, whatever you can follow now, even this will give you, without reading your book, only this part, whatever I said now, that is in 2 hours I was keep on talking, 1.5 hours I keep on talking now. This 1.5 hours can give you minimum 3 to 4 marks. Okay, minimum 3 to, I'm not saying 5 to 6 marks because you have to practice also. So 3 to 4 marks. Now I'm going to cover few MCQs. In that MCQs, of course, I can cover the entire thing. So there are some new concepts I may explain in the MCQs. Okay, get ready for that. Guys, you tell me, are you all understanding or not? Or are you all understanding or not, my dear? You tell me, my dear. So I think now you are getting the confidence or not. You say yes or no, my dear. Are you all getting the confidence in this topic or not? Say yes or no. See, you may be taking this topic so far lightly. Okay, you may be taking this topic so far lightly. Please understand, this is a crucial topic, very important topic, and no one is giving importance to this topic. Okay, no one is giving importance to this topic. So please give full importance to this topic, my dear. Okay, because this is very important topic. Yes, let us start. Now, frequency. There are new concepts I said now. Frequency density is used to construction of histogram. Remember this. Frequency density will help us to construct the histogram. Okay. Yes. Next. Divided bar chart, that is subdivided bar chart, is considered for comparing different components of variable, the relation of different components of variable A or B, A and B. Which is the right one, my dear? Now look at this. What is subdivided bar chart? I'll tell you. For example, Shubham Gill and Virat Kohli both contributed 180 runs partnership, and out of 180 runs, 120 runs scored by Virat Kohli and the remaining runs scored by Shubman Gill, that is 60 runs. Now we do not both the batsmen run in the same diagram. This is what subdivided chart. Now divided bar chart is considered for comparing different components. Yes sir. The relation of different components of the table. Yes sir. So it is A and B. It is not either A or B, it is both. The following frequency distribution is classified as, now look at this, 12, 17, 24, 36, 45. Now I want you to give me the answer, my dear. Yes. If you understand my lecture, you can give me the answer. Third one, you can give me the answer. If you understand my lecture, you can give me the answer. Hey, Chota Bhim, did you give the answer for third one only? If you have understand my lecture, you can easily give me the answer. Let's see how many of you understood the lecture. Let me check. Yes, Rahul Raj, right. What is the answer? Wow, so many people are giving me right answer. Wow, fantastic. Yes, yes. Okay, Chota Bhim, Praveen Kumar, Amrit. I'm so happy. Can I assume that you see, if you are really based on my explanation, you would have given me the answer, means I'm really happy about it, my dear. Sir, just now only you said, na sir, these variables, okay, these variables are integers, sir. When the variables are integers, the type of data is discrete data, sir. Is that the way, is it the reason of giving the answer, my dear? Tell me. Was it the reason, my dear? Say yes or no. Yes. Is that correct, my dear? Yeah. Was it right? Have you given the answer based on this explanation or what? Yes, 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 yes. Very good. Then I'm really very happy. My this 1.5 hours session did not get wasted. Okay. It was useful only. Histogram is useful to determine graphically the value of what? Now give me the answer. I gave this also. Tell me, my dear. Histogram is useful to determine the graphically the value of what? Chota Bhim, okay. Yes. Yes, Amrita. Praveen, right. Others, start giving me the answer. Yes, Varsha. Others. Yes, Atulya. Very good. Yes, Infinite Love. Akhilesh, yes. Wow, fantastic. Everyone given the answer? Wow. Everyone gave me the right answer? Yes, sir. I am happy that, see, this is, I told you 3 marks, right? In this attempt 5 questions came. Already you gave 2 questions, 2 marks. If you give my 1 mark na, this particular attempt, that means whatever I said, it is true only. Let's see what exactly the next one is. Data are said to be dash if the investigator himself is responsible for the collection of data. The investigator himself. Wow, Chota Bhim, right. Yes, Atulya. Yes, Infinite Love. Praveen, yes. Next. I promised you 3 marks. Out of 5 questions, I promised you 3 marks. With that lecture, you can give 3 marks, I said. See. Minimum 3 definitely you are going to get with that particular 1.5 hours, my dear. Okay. Yes. Now, listen here. You might have given earlier also. Now with full confidence you will give the answer because you have understood what exactly the concept. Sir, investigator himself responsible means it's a primary data only, na? Yes. Fine. Now, a suitable graph, I think fourth mark. See, this is actually all 6 questions came in one attempt. Now, a suitable graph for representing portioning of total into subparts in statistics are, I think I did not explain about pie diagram, right? See, pie diagram is, for example, income has to be divided into few sectors, na? That is what we call as pie diagram. Pie diagram is a 2-dimension diagram. Okay, pie diagram is what? 2-dimension diagram. Line diagram is 1 dimension. 3 dimension is cuboid and all 3 dimensions. Remember this. A suitable graph for representing portioning of total into subpart statistics is what? Pie chart is the best answer, my dear. Because ogive and histograms are not different, my dear. Pie chart everyone knows. Okay, this is another attempt question. Now, the number of times a particular item occurs in a class interval is called mean, frequency, cumulative frequency, none of the above. You have to give me the answer. Why you took this much time? Yes. Why you took this much time? Yes. Very good. Frequency is the right answer. Look at this. What exactly the question? The number of times the particular items occurs in a class interval. For example, 0 to 10, 10 to 20, we call it as class. And F, frequency, 3, 7. What is mean by that? So there are 3 people who scored between 0 and 10, sir. There are 7 people who scored between 10 and 20, sir. So that is what we call as frequency, na? Your frequency is the right answer. And ogive is a graphical representation of what? Cumulative frequency distribution, ungrouped data, none of the above. I want the answer. I want the answer fast. I want the answer fast, 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 fast. Yes. Very good. See how beautifully you are giving the answers now. Now, very difficult question. I don't want to give. For the class 20 to 30, cumulative frequency is. Cumulative frequency. You know cumulative frequency, right? 4, 10, that is 4 plus 6, 10, 6 plus 20, 10 plus 20, 30, 30 plus 8, 38, 38 plus 3, 41. This is cumulative frequency. They ask for 20 to 30. What is 20 to 30, my dear? 30. Very good. Now, which of the following graph is suitable for cumulative frequency diagram? Wow, fantastic. I think I want you to give me the answer. This one I covered in the lecture. Almost all questions covered in the lecture only. Now you give me the answer for this. Yes, Chota Bhim. Others. I want you to give me the answer. Yes, Anisha Fatima. Yes, Akhilesh. Yes, Madhu. Yes, Vaishnavi. Very good, 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 very good. Ojai. Now, histogram can be shown. Ellipse, rectangle, hyperbola, circle. I think everyone can give this answer. Shriram, very late. Yes. You missed important session, my dear. Rectangle. Very good. Array, histogram means what, my dear? I think everyone knows now. This is what histogram. So what is the shape actually? Rectangular shape only. Dash series is continuous. I think those who attended the session again can give this answer. Those who did not attend the lecture or those who did not see the lecture, definitely they could not give the answer. Otherwise, everyone can give. Dash series is continuous. Yes. Very good. Now, are you confident with MCQs, my dear? See, what preparation is needed. Only that session is more than enough or not. You tell me, my dear. Yes, are you able to follow this or not? Say yes or no. Yes, very good. Exclusive. Did I cover most of the MCQs in the introduction session or not? Okay, fine. Haha. Let's see who can give the answer. Ogive graph is used for finding what? Yes. Very good. Median. Histogram is used for finding what? See. Hey, no need to. I think other side also people may laugh. My dear, these are past year questions. These are past year questions. Mode. The graphical representation of a cumulative frequency distribution is called? Again, my dear, you can give the answer. Again, you can give me the answer. Very good. I think almost everyone is giving me the answer. My dear, don't think this is the way questions are coming in the examination. Okay, in this way only in the exams questions are asked. Yes. Now, now number of accidents and 4 frequencies given. In how many cases 4 or more accidents happen? 4 or more. No accidents on that particular day. On that particular day, there are 30 accidents. Doesn't happen. பழமொழி சொன்னா அனுபவிக்கணும், ஆராயக்கூடாது. அவன் 036 கொடுத்தா ஒத்துக்கோ. அவன் கேட்டது என்னது? 4க்கு மேலே தானே. அதுக்கு மட்டும் ஆன்சர் சொல்லு. It is 4 or more. Add everything. What is it? 78. Very good. I think this also I covered. Is this MCQ also got covered or not? You tell me, my dear. The difference between upper limit and lower limit of a class is called. Yes. Class interval. So, why Akhilesh is giving me C? Mid value. No, mid value is upper class boundary plus lower class boundary divided by 2. See? You told to research for all and to believe. Oh, fine. Yes, next one. The average of salaries in a factory 47,000 rupees. The statement that the average salary 47,000 rupees is, my dear, the people who understand the concept can give the answer. Why inferential? Huh? Why inferential? Salary contains not descriptive, I understand, but inferential means we are inferring that your salary is. We are inferring that, yes, wow. Information, sir. Okay. D is wrong, Sriram. B only right. Inferential. அதான் சொன்னல்லப்பா அவங்க தான் சொன்னாங்களே information. Inferential we are inferring that your salary is 47,000 rupees. Inferred. It is not descriptive. Okay. Yeah. Statistics cannot deal with quantitative, qualitative, textual and undetailed. Very good. Why, Amrita? It qualitative. Why statistics cannot be dealt? Undetailed cannot be that is cannot be dealt. Sweetness of a sweet dish is attribute, discrete, continuous, variable. What is it? Very good. Epa, sweetness, sir, less sweet, more sweet, no sweet. This is also data. But what type of data it is? Can we just numerically can denote? No, no, it's actually what you know, it's attribute. It's qualitative. It is qualitative. Census reports are used of a source of dash data. Who and all giving me the answer? Census reports are used as a source of dash data. Is it secondary, primary, organized, confidential? Very good. Everyone is giving me the right answer. See, census report is primary data. Generating census report is primary data. But census reports are used. That is secondary data. Akhilesh, I hope now you understood what exactly the question is. Wow, what a difficult question. Types of cumulative frequencies are? Give me the answer. Fast, 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 fast. Make it fast. Types of cumulative frequencies. Yes, Sukita. Others, others, others. Give it fast. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Sir, less than cumulative frequency, more than cumulative frequency. You are an auditor. Of course, you are going to be future auditor. Yes, you are an auditor of a firm. The firm earns profit 67,000 rupees. You stated to them that the annual profit is 67,000 rupees. This is dash type of statistics. Inferential. Very good. Similar type of question. The dash are used usually when we want to examine the relationship between two variables. Bar graph. See. Joint bar diagram. So the dash are used. Bar graphs are used usually when we want to examine the relationship between two variables. For example, batsman Virat Kohli and Shubham Gill. So in the bar diagram only we are comparing, na? When a data are classified according to one criteria, then it is called a dash classification. When the data are classified according to one criteria, then it is simple. It is simple. Simple classification. A bar chart is drawn for continuous data, nominal data, time series data, comparing different components. Comparing different components. Actually, for continuous data, we draw histogram. For continuous data, we draw histogram. A tabular presentation can be used for continuous series data, nominal data, primary data, time series data for longer period. A tabular presentation can be used for. We can use it for time series data for longer period. Primary data எப்படி யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம்? அதுக்கு primary dataல இருந்து வரது தான் நம்ம வந்து டேபிளா மாத்த போறோம். கண்டினியூஸ்ன்றது வந்து அப்பனா டிஸ்கண்டினியூஸ் என்ன பண்ணுவீங்க? டைம் சீரிஸ் அன்னைக்கு based on time series we can segregate the data. ஸோ அது கரெக்டான வார்த்தை அதான். எல்லாத்தையும் யூஸ் பண்ணலாமா? நீங்கள் சொல்கிற எல்லாமே இதில் யூஸ் பண்ணலாம். பட் எது மோஸ்ட் சூட்டபிள் அதானே போகணும். A variable with qualitative characteristics is known as. Very good. I think everyone can give this answer. The accuracy and consistency of data can be verified by scrutiny. Correct na? The accuracy and everything can be verified by what? Scrutiny. From the histogram, one cannot compute the approximate value of. One can compute the approximate value of mode. One can compute. Hey Sriram, so far I spoke only in English. Okay. It was some local, something I told you in the classroom also, local connection will be there now, my dear. From a histogram, one can compute the approximate value of, very good, mode. My dear, so far 30 questions we answered. I want your genuine answer, my dear. How many of you answered 25 and above before me, or understood everything? So at least if you did not give the answer also, I could give that answer. That is 25 and above. How many of you, my dear? Chota be me, sir. Okay. Yes, Vaibhavi. 25 and above. Yes, Akhilesh. So do you believe that 1.5 hour session, if can give 25 marks out of 30? Now extra practice if we give 30 out of 30. So majority work already done. Only few parts you have to connect. Here and there some connection has to be done. Do you all agree, my dear? Vaishnavi said 20. Very good, no problem. I like your honesty. Honestly, I used answer for others for 3, sir. Okay. 28 because, okay, thank you, Amrita. Okay, fine. Good. Nice. The left part of a table providing the description of rows is called stub. See, look at this. It's a table, right? It's a table. Now, this portion we call it as what? Stub. And what is this? Caption. This is body of the table. And finally what? Footnote. These are the steps now. 5 methods, five types are there na. Footnote, and finally what? Source note. This is body of the table. Sorry. Box head. My dear, I want you to go open your book and check this table format, okay? And the box subheads la irukla. Mode can be obtained from, wow, what a difficult question. Mode can be obtained from, what a difficult question, my dear. I want the answer. Mode can be obtained from, yes. I am waiting for someone to give wrong answer. Wow, very good. Next. See, Chota Bhim gave me the answer, wrong answer. Mode can be obtained from histogram. Kimada also given me the wrong answer. Frequency polygon. Yaradu. Yes, histogram 4 plus. Yes, repeated questions only. Most of the commonly used distribution provide here. I think this one also I explained it. Let's see. Those who understood my session can give the answer. Yes, Sukita, Vaishnavi, yes. Honestly, you tell me, my dear, are you confident enough to mark this answer? Because, yes, sir, it should be bell-shaped curve. Are you confident enough, my dear? If you are confident enough means, yes, of course, I took it rightly. That is, my lecture was good only. Bell-shaped. I told you it's normal. Yes. Which of the following is suitable for the graphical representation of a... Wow, what a difficult question, my dear. Yes, Akhilesh, yes. That love today example, sir. Oh, love today example. Yeah, very good. So now you understood. Good. See? Love today, where and all it helps. Yes, very good. Akhilesh, why you are getting confused with histogram and ojive? When ojive comes, that time you are giving histogram. When histogram comes, you are giving ojive. Why there is a confusion? Now, sweetness of a sweet dish. Attribute. Dash means separating items according to similar characteristics, grouping them into various classes. Let's see. Yeah. Of course, that is not, that classification means it's separating the groups only, na? Classification. A graphical representation of a data. Ideographs are also called as pictographs, asymmetric graphs, symmetric graphs, pictograms. Actually, it's a pictograph. Ideographs also called as pictographs. A graph uses vertical bars to represent data is called vertical bar diagram. Hey, no. Bar diagram is there, na? Bar. Graph that uses vertical bars to represent data is called actually vertical bar diagram. It is bar diagram. Actually, this question is little tricky. You will mark it as vertical. Even I also marked vertical graph. After that, it's a bar diagram actually. In a graphical representation of data, the largest numerical value is 4 and the smallest numerical value is 25. If the classes are desired are 4, then which of the class interval is? Which class interval is? What is the question here? The graphical representation of the largest numerical value is 4 and the smallest numerical is 25. If the classes are described are 4, then which? Okay. How many class intervals they ask you to find out? It is like, from 4 to 25. You can accommodate how many class intervals? 5. How many class intervals, my dear? 5. How to do it, I'll tell you. Actually, it's the largest value, 25 minus 4 divided by how many you want to divide 4, na? What is it? 21 by 4, 5 point something. So, total 5. Frequency density of a class interval is the ratio of, my dear, it's a formula. Okay. Frequency density of a class interval is the ratio of class frequency to the total frequency. No. Class length to the class frequency. No. Class frequency. No. Frequency of that class interval to the corresponding class length. Option D. Remember, it is a formula. Actually, frequency density will help us to draw histogram. And it is frequency divided by class length. Now remember as a formula, my dear. Numerical question. There were 200 employees in an office in which 150 were married, Total male employees were 160, out of which 120 were married. What was the number of female unmarried employees? Look at this, my dear. Married, unmarried, male, female. Now look at this. There are 200 employees in office. Okay, total how many? 200. 150 were married. Okay, 150 were married. Total male employees 180. Sorry. 160 male employees. Out of 160, 120 married. That means how many of them are unmarried? 60. Now tell me, my dear. So this much, is it 150? Who is 150? Married 150, na? So this must be 30. Hey, this is 40, man. So this has to be 10, my dear. I think we are filling the table, right? All of you say yes or no. The table is over now. What is the question? What was the number of female unmarried employees? Number of female unmarried employees, 10. My dear, for this, you need to draw the table. You need to draw the table. Data collected on religion from the census report. Data collected on religion from the census report. I want you to give me the answer. Yes, Sukita. Yes. Rahul, wrong. It is actually secondary data. Because census report is primary data. In census report you are collecting religion also. From that census report I am going to take religion data. So that is secondary data only. Which of the following diagram is the most appropriate to represent various heads in total cost? Pie chart. That is the best diagram, my dear. Pie chart. Now, in a study about the male and female students in commerce and science departments of colleges in 5 years, the following data were obtained. My dear, these are rare type of questions. Okay, time consuming. Remember that. 70% female students, 65% read commerce. This is 1995, 2000. Okay, some data is given. After combining 1995 and 2000, if X denotes the ratio of female commerce students to female science student, then Y denotes the ratio of male commerce students to male science student. Then, okay, we need to compare 1995 and X denotes what? The ratio of female commerce student to female science student. How many female commerce student, my dear? 70% are female students and 65% are read commerce. 70%, 70 out of 65 is what? How many of them are there? Total there are how many people? 3000. So out of 3000, okay, out of 3000, 70% of 3000 is what? Female, male, let me take. What is it? 2000? 100. Female 2100, male 900. 65% read commerce. Overall, 65% of 2000 is what? Huh? 1950. 1950. Okay. So commerce students 1950. Now 20% of male students read science. 20% of 600. Remaining 80% female. So the 20% is what? No, see, 20% male, remaining 80%. Out of it, 20% of female are reading commerce. 80% female are reading science, 20% are reading commerce. My dear, I want to give you some time to solve this on your own as a homework. Please take a screenshot. You try this. I want you to prepare the table. It's a project for you. I want you to do it. Take the screenshot. A national institute arranged student data in accordance with the different states. This arrangements of data is known as I want you to give me the answer, my dear. 45th. Yes, yes, yes. Fast, fast, fast. B. Chota Bhim given us B. Sukita given us B. Sir, it's very simple na, sir. It is different states, sir. Different states means what? It is geographical, sir. Very good. A student marks in 5 subjects S1, S2, S3, S4 and S5 are 86. Okay. If we need to draw a pie chart, represent these marks, then what will be the central angle of S3? My dear, central angle of S3. Now, what is S3 marks? Total marks? 90. Out of how much, my dear? 86, 79 plus 90 plus 88 plus 89. Total how much? 432 into 360. Tell me what is the answer? 75 degrees. Very good. This is what central angle. The following data relate to the marks of a group of students. How many students got marks more than 30? My dear, this is below 30 and all given. Listen here. First, see, this is one tricky question. Let me do it. For example, 0 to 10, 15. Now, 10 to 20, how many are there, my dear? 10 to 20? 38 minus 15. 23. 20 to 30, how many are there, my dear? 65 minus 38 is what? 20? Oi. Oh, sorry. 65 minus 23. 42. 42, na? Yes. 30 to 40. 84 minus 42. Now, 40 to 50. Are you sure? It is below only, na? Hey, 38, man. Arey, what you are doing? Okay. 65 minus 38 is what? 27. 84 minus 65 is what? 19. 100 minus 16. Now it is more than 30, right? More than 30. More than 30 is what? 19 plus 16. 35. Today's exam question, okay. It was there? So Chota Bhim is our student, it seems. Today he wrote our preliminary examination. Hey, perla mattheoria. Okay. Now the following data relate to the marks of 48 students in statistics. What are the frequency densities for the class interval 30 to 39, 40 to 49, 50 to 59? You know frequency density. What is it? Frequency divided by frequency length. Now 30 to 39. Now 30 to 39, how many are there? Time consuming question. This one also for you, it is project. Take the screenshot. How to do, I'll tell you. 30 to 39. You count how many of the numbers are here between 30 to 39. Divided by frequency length. Check it. Okay? Yes. Multiple axis line chart considered when there is more than one time series. The units of the variables are different. I told you, na, the units of the variables are different. Height of the student, weight of the student. Height is centimeter, meter. Huh? Acha, that option also there. If there are more than one time series and unit of variables are different. D. Correct. D. Sweetness, again same question. My dear, you tell me honestly, we have solved 50 questions. At least 40 questions you could do it without any difficulties. Do you all agree, my dear? Without any difficulties, right? At ease you solved. Am I right, my dear? So now you tell me, can you promise me, sir, 5 at least I will score from this topic? Third time. Yes, same similar question. Can you score 5 marks, my dear, from this topic? 5 marks, only 5 marks I'm asking. Can you score that? Confidence. Tell me, my dear, 5 marks, promise me 5 marks. But the problem is going to be that 5 questions are going to be jumbled in 100 questions. We need to identify where that 5 question. That's what I used to tell you. You need to go for all 100 marks. Okay. So 5 marks is there in your hand. Time value of money 10 marks you promised. 10 plus 5 15. Logical you said uh, at least 15 no 10 marks only I'll keep. 25 marks. See, done. The remaining only 3 topics we are getting 25 marks. We need another 25 30. For that we have got another 15 topics. Okay, my dear. Yes. So that's all with today's session, my dear. Thank you all of you, and I want you to complete all the MCQ set A, set B. Tomorrow we are going to discuss measures of central tendency and discussion. Definitely you are going to enjoy that part also. Those who are attending my session for the first time, you may be learning so many new concepts, and directly what you know, MCQs you can do it. Okay, but I'm requesting you to study formula and come. I want you to remember the formula and come. All the formulas I want you to remember. I may not discuss the formula in the classroom. I want to discuss the theory part. Okay, I want to discuss the theory part which is directly related to exams. Okay, my dear. Yes. So, you understand, my dear? What is nominal data, sir? That is different, my dear. Nominal data and all. I'll tell you. Okay. Good night and sweet dreams. I hope you all enjoyed today's session. We'll meet tomorrow, my dear. Thank you all of you. Bye, everyone.